When I uploaded my video about Bonus Island 1, Supertux-0.7.0 was already released, so I've played it. A lot. One big part of this new update is that Icy Island and the Forest World have changed a lot to be better than before. This, however, is not the first remake this world has ever gotten. There were multiple changes throughout the years. For example, did you know that a fork in the road was not part of the first milestone? Did you know that the bridge levels were stormy ones? And did you ever heard of the useless crystals? No? Then I recommend watching this video. On the first look, the first Icy Island looks very similar to the one today. But then you see, wait, where's the cave? And that's right, there is no cave, at least on the world map. This part here contains the cave levels. Another interesting thing is that Icy Island from Milestone 1 had no fork in the road. It was just one strict path. The level A Fork in the Road didn't exist back then. Same goes for most musics. In Milestone 1, there were only 3 musics in Icy Island. Fortress for the castle level, Cave for all the cave levels, and, most importantly, Chip Disco for the remaining 19 levels. Yep, 19 out of 26 levels use Chip Disco. Even the bridge levels. And what about the cutscenes? Text scrollers for the intro and the outro. There was also nothing after the castle level, the game just ended there. So, do you know why the new Bonus Island 1 is shaped like it is? If not, let me tell you. It's a remake of an old concept Icy Island had. And what was this concept? Icy Island in 0.3.1. This concept, however, is very weird, because it is open world and you can skip like 70% of Icy Island. There is a speedrun of that version and here's every level that is played there. Going from entrance to the cave to the scattered bridge is definitely something. But a small fun fact about this version, Icy Island and Forest World were actually connected. At the end we got the Yeti, which was the first boss Supertux ever had. With him there was also the Yeti music, but no other new ones. But hey, this version introduced a cutscene. Picnic with Penny. Anyways, beside of the new graphics, the levels weren't really changed. One update later, Icy Island's world map changed back to normal. Oh yes, this is the probably most known version of Icy Island. And since it is very similar in 0.3.x, 0.4 and 0.5, I'm putting it into the same chapter. So, we have a cave now, as well as a fork in the road. With that, the level A Fork in the Road came and introduced some new mechanics like switches, ladders and trampolines. Unfortunately, they were almost unused in the remaining levels. Beside of that fork in the road, there was a new secret level now called Bonus Level. That one was possible to beat in less than 15 seconds, but if you explore the level a bit deeper, you could find a secret tower with a lot of points. With the release of the add-on The Valley of Chaos, the musics Valley of Chaos Daytime, Valley of Chaos Night, and the one we all love, Valley of Chaos Daytime 2, were put into several levels to make more variation in the music. There was also one special music for the level, Or Is It Just Me? The bridge levels also got a new music, as well as the sky levels. When you defeat the Yeti, there was nothing. The Forest World had been in the contract level section. But after this version, something huge happened. The levels got remade. You might have already noticed, but the levels in Milestone 1 and 0.5 are very similar, because they never got remade. So it was time. Like I said, Supertux 0.6 gave us a remake of practically every single level in the game. And even the abilities in A Fork in the Road were used now more often. Most importantly, a new item was put into Icy Island, the Air Flower. That one was put into the sky levels above the Arctic skies and a path in the clouds. Also, the secret level was now only reachable when you found a secret exit. The level Bonus Level got remade and renamed to Between Two Glaciers. In this level, you could find 4 secret crystals. They had no use, but an info box said that this could change in a later version. In 0.6.0, the levels A Mysterious House of Ice, Grumble Sands of Snow and Top Glow Road got removed. The bridge levels were changed to be daytime instead of nighttime. And in 0.6.2, the level Via Nostalgica got removed. And the level, The Escape, got renamed to Icy Valley. From an unfitting name to a generic one, I see. A somewhat smaller bath was moved to appear a bit earlier. But do we also have new levels? Yes, but there were no replacements. After the cave there was a new cutscene now, which showed us the first appearance of the Yeti to make the story more clear, and not let him appear randomly at the end of the castle level. And beside of that there was one new level, the Crystal Mine, which was a nice, hard and long level between Icy Island and Rooted Forest. Yep, they were connected again. And what about the music? There was one new cave music, as well as the Crystal Cave theme. In Supertux 0.6.3, a new ability was added, Swimming. This however broke some levels that included water, and so some spikes were added to prevent softlocks. Supertux 0.7.0 is the biggest update this game has ever gotten. Every single level was remade because Icy Island in 0.7.0 is meant to be the final state of this world. The world map looks similar, but there are 3 secret exits now instead of 1. Beside of that, swimming and Tuck's new ability sliding were now heavily used. Some levels have puzzles now. Air flowers can be additionally found in End of the Tunnel, 23rd Airborne and Into the Stars. And wait, if this is the final state of Icy Island, do the crystals in Between Two Glaciers have a use now? After over 10 years? Nope. They got removed. At least we have a key now, which will have a use in 2056 when World 4 is going to release. Just kidding. Sorry, Supertux team. The levels Miyamoto Monument and Arctic Ruins got removed, and in its place are Deep Dive and Chill and Antarctic Outpost. Icy Valley got renamed a second time, or it's just an entire new level at this point, don't even know. There are 3 new cutscenes now. One after Nolok's castle, one after defeating the Yeti, and one at the end of Crystal Mine. And the Yeti got rebombed. As you know, we also got a ton of new music to replace the old ones. And yes, chip disco is no longer used. But I think we can all agree that the new music is also very, very good. And a nice fun fact, the level Welcome to Antarctica is very similar in the first and the most recent version of Icy Island. Except for chip disco. And now for the most important question. How will Icy Island look in the future? I have the answer. Exactly the same as in 0.7.0. This remake is meant to be the final state of Icy Island, so it probably won't get any remakes from now on. Maybe there will be some tweaks for some levels, or the level Slippery Slide aka Icy Valley aka The Escape will get a new name every update, I don't know. The next big version, 0.8.0, will have World 3 Tropical Paradise, because the development will now focus on making new worlds and more levels instead of remaking the old ones. And that's the history of Icy Island.